Welcome to Saturday Night Live, friends and relatives. And again, just a few updates, 6:45 drum roll call, 7 o'clock grand entry, and this just in from our arena directors and our organizers, Platinum and Golden Age. You do need to be in grand entry. Well, I feel much importance, I guess I should say. So again, Platinum and Golden Age. So suit on up. Start thinking about it now. It's about a half hour until grand entry time. We everyone has the finest on board. Let's get in, Mark. Woo. I can. Yeah. So go. You know, friends and relatives, it's kind of all just hanging out and doing everything, just kind of want to express myself there a little bit. I'm really thankful to be able to be over in this area. You know, I was excited to make the drive all over here. It's a beautiful area, beautiful place. And it is an honor to be here to help out. So again, I say thank you for that. I'm learning a lot of things, especially those young I say thank you to you for everything, for bringing us together here to sing, to dance. I come from the lands of the Sioux, the northeast corner of Nebraska. And there's a really beautiful history there. It's tragic, it's heavy, it's some sad things there, but nonetheless it's triumphant. And we say that about our history, and our history is triumphant for many reasons. Because regardless of whatever nation we may be or whatever we may represent, we are still here. 2025, and we dance and participate in all those beautiful spiritual ways of our people as well, beyond the power, beyond our social gatherings, and we're still alive. Therefore, it's very triumphant. So for all you relatives out there, I say, straight over to you. And again, I'm still kind of new to MC, so please bear along with me. A lot of people don't know my background, but I'll just tell you a little bit. I used to work in a orange juice factory years ago until I got canned. I couldn't concentrate, so they worked me to a ball. This is how I'm going to keep going. Yeah. Saturday Night Live is not coming with all the really horrible jokes. That's just what's going to happen. Speaking of that, though, I'm zombie on my father and mother's side, but my father is part of culture, my book. And so on my grandfather's side, I come from the bear clan. And I'm still learning about all my culture side of me. And so again, I always do acknowledge that. I really am a fan of all our clan systems. The Dakota people, we really don't have clans to have societies and responsibilities that we're born into, depending on those societies that we come from. But nonetheless, a clan system, it's very proud. Wolf clan, bear clan, thunder clan, water clan, etc., etc. I was kind of thinking of that, it's really phenomenal, and it's very empowering to know about those things. And then I got to thinking even further, even our nominated relatives, our Sioux relatives, are going to have a clan system called Pow Wows. Yeah, that's really bad. Hey, Eugene, what do you call a bear clan with no teeth? Yeah, bear clan with no teeth, what do you call them? I don't know, a gummy bear. Wow. That makes me think of something. What do you call fishes with no eyes? Yeah, okay. Back in your community, people point with their lips. They do. That one we call a Santee, Dakota, and no lips. What's that? Pointless. Wow. What do you call a funny mountain? Good job, Sanders.
Yeah, I wonder if that would become a thing. Wow, it's like the official roll call song now.
I see it, bro.
We got our head dancers to start getting ready. Our flight players, Eagle Flight players, head dancer. We want Kia Flipper, Furry, Roach, Jack. And help us out here tonight. We see to the Roach, Big Wage, Offer to Go. Thank you very much for taking on those responsibilities. We're going to be rolling here Saturday Night Live. Juniors, team categories, you need to be in grand entry, golden age, platinum age, but also you need to be in grand entry if you want the points. That's what we are told. Testing the 1-2 microphone check. We're checking our speakers out. Getting things dialed in, ready to rock. Ready to riff. So. You know, friends and relatives, we definitely are in for a treat tonight. Everywhere, no matter where we see and dance Saturday night live is the place to be. So again, the dancers are bringing the best, the singers are bringing the best. And we're going to have a heck of a time here tonight. Singing and dancing, and don't forget about the Flying Family Special tonight. Here's traditional 18 and plus. So again, all you mini dancers, 18 and older, that special is going to be taking place after the teen and junior exhibitions. So be thinking about it. You know, friends and relatives, it is that time. I ask you if you are able to please stand and please remove your headgear as we're going to show our homage, our respect to those eagle feather staffs and the servicemen and women who carry them. We are grateful to you. The oldest flag of this continent is leading in our grand entry. Well, right there, somebody walk behind you, how about you keep it on. Friends and relatives, we turn our attention on over here at grand entry time. Hold your station when you're ready, gentlemen. Bring our dancers on in.
Look to the person on your left. Give him a kiss.
Yeah. Yeah. At this time, relatives, we're going to ask that you keep your good minds, your good thoughts, your good hearts in the center of our Pow Wow arena. You know, as it is said, we have a song, we have a dance for everything. This is the one time we are still, we are patient, we keep our conversations, our joking, our teasing to a minimum. Whole Chunk Station, we're going to ask you gentlemen to render the appropriate song. If you would give us a flag song, gentlemen. Thank you very much, gentlemen. At this time, it is customary that we ask one of our language carriers, one of our knowledge keepers, one of our elders to make that petition on our behalf here to the Money Boo as we enter into our Saturday night session. We call upon Mr. Kenny Funmaker Jr.
Good evening. Keweenaw. I'm very honored to stand before you and give you a few words of going to the Creator. First, I'd like to say that my name is Keweenaw. In my Marquette name is Ken Funmaker Jr. Guided. Kuchaki Karak Swananshan, Isha Hatayande. I'd like to first say that I'm very honored that you asked me to go to the Creator tonight, and I'm really honored. And I want to first, I want to acknowledge my brothers out here, all the veterans of Russell Street. In our tribe, we call them brave men. And very high esteem in our tribe. So I would like to say that that in our social way that whenever they ask you to do these things, that you know you try your best, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use a marketing language so everybody can understand what I'm saying. I would like to, first I would like to we're a blessing to about Mauna, we're a blessing to all of us who are here today. You know, we come here to sing and dance and to kind of enjoy the circle. And we have many friends, and we make new friends, and we kind of look forward to being here. And I want Mauna to, which is to, I want him to have us a safe journey on our way home, and I'd like to say that we are under Mauna. You know, we're all his children, and we need to get along a little better with each other. You know, and because we don't know what this world, you know, holds for us unless we try to be together as Indian people, Monkets. So I want Mauna to give us a blessing for that, you know, that we be strong and we can we've been here forever. And we're going to be here forever. And I'd like to make a blessing for my little nephews over here. You asked them to sing for you this weekend. You know, they're doing their best, and that's all. You know, that's all we ask. You know, we try our best, and I'd like to thank the Keweenaw director for asking me to come up here before you. And thank you.
Oh, Miigwech Kenny. Miigwech for making that petition on behalf of all of us. Miigwech Apachgo, Nyawagoa, Wampila, Pinagigi. We say thank you. Match for the minute. At this time, we're going to get into the posting of our Eagle staffs and our colors. We want to acknowledge our head veteran, our head Okichiga, coming to us from Keweenaw, Wanjabad, Wapo Island First Nation, Potawatomi, Delaware Nation, served in the United States Marine Corps. Mr. Walker Stonefish carrying in the family staff. We say Chimiigwech Walker, Miigwech Kipijay, and Neoma, Mishinabe, and Nibi Eating. At this time, carrying in the Keweenaw Eagle staff, we have Donald Chosa. He is the Vice Commander of the Honor Guard here, served in the United States Marine Corps, Keweenaw Bay Indian Community. We say Chimiigwech Donald, Miigwech Kipijay, and Neoma. At this time, carrying in the little NHL Eagle staff representing North America's largest hockey tournament, we have Puckwis Trio, Wikwet Kong Wanjabad, we say Chimiigwech Puckwis. And at this time, carrying in the assembly of First Nations Eagle staff representing 634 First Nations on the other side of the imaginary line, as a representative of the National Chief of Canada, Cindy Woodhouse, Nepinak, we have Mr. Cheyenne Kitchigay, Wikwet Kong Wanjabad, we say Chimiigwech Cheyenne. At this time, carrying in the American flag, we have Dr. Brian Jackson, served in the United States Army. Carrying in the Keweenaw Bay Indian Community tribal flag, we have Shane Charlie, Desert Storm Combat Veteran, United States Army. And carrying in the POWMIA CIA flag, we have Will Morin, Mission Picot and Anishinaabe, Canadian Armed Forces, Medical Corps. Good to see our relatives here on both sides of the border as Indigenous people. We never crossed the border crossed us. We're going to put that call out to all of our veterans. As Indigenous people, we have a long tradition of service in this country, in both sides of the border. Long before we were citizens, long before we had the right to vote, we were not subject to conscription, and in every single major military campaign, Indigenous people made up the largest number of voluntary enlistment per capita with any group, any demographic here on this Turtle Island continent. We say Chimiwich to all of our veterans. We are calling on you. We are going to ask our head dancers as well. Mr. Wakia Fiddler and Prairie Rose Jack, we're going to acknowledge you with our head veteran. We want you to lead out our veterans and relatives as these veterans make their way around the circle. The protocol here in these communities, if you want to dance and remember your relative, once these veterans make that pass, you are able to do so. We are going to go over to our host drum, whole chunk station. You gentlemen know what to do. And a go to Nimi up, boys. And a go to Nuggamuk. I'll get you done. Nimi up. I'll hit ya.
for being here and fulfilling those responsibilities. We are extremely grateful to you. As we get ready to announce our royalty
Drum judges, be standing by and make sure you check in with Opie, David Cleveland, George Gabbard, Bud Day, and B. Cleveland checking with Opie.
I want to take this time to properly acknowledge our visiting royalty, any of our crowns and sashes. We want to acknowledge Madison Kimber, Miss Red Lake Nation. We want to acknowledge Lena Wakon, Miss Menominee Nation. We want to acknowledge Marcus Rembrandt, Mush the Zibi Warrior. We want to acknowledge Malio Aloe, Mino Kinomage Brave. We want to acknowledge Credence DeVere, Junior, Miss Fond du Lac. We would like to acknowledge Annie Perez, Menominee Indian Middle School. We would like to acknowledge Zaria Davis, Little Miss Mahakanu School. We would like to acknowledge Florence Oswanick, Miss Weequot Kong. We would also like to acknowledge Willow Rexford, Miss Keweenaw Bay. We would like to acknowledge Devin Connor, Keweenaw Bay Indian Community Brave. We would like to acknowledge Dalen Connor, Junior Brave Keweenaw Bay Indian Community. And we would like to acknowledge Michaela Poole, Junior Miss Keweenaw Bay. We say Chimigwech to all of our visiting royalty. Migwech, Gibajaye, Gamilma, and Mimi Ide, Ahausa.
Drum judges, you know who you are. David Cleveland, George Gabbard, Bud Day, and Kate Cleveland. And we're going to go in reverse order, beginning with Young Tribe, Young Enemy, Little Bear, Medicine Rock, and then Battle Nation. sharpshooters for entering the call of that whistle. And bringing all the relatives on out here together with those thoughts and feelings. We'll hate you too, and we thought you know. At this time, friends and relatives, we are going into 5 inner tribals. At the bottom of the order, making our way around in reverse. Drum judges on over to Young Tribe, checking with Hokie. Oh, Hokie says it's go time. It is go time. Young Tribe, inner tribal. by Medicine Rock and Battle Nation. And again, all our Golden Age and Platinum categories, be standing by after the next 3 in tribals. Big bro, what you thinking over there, sir? How your judges looking? Make room, make room. Yeah. Pushing your way in. Hoka, hey, little bear. Choco time. And going to our Golden Age and Platinum Women and Men categories, staying in reverse rotation. So that's kind of how that's going to go. Hey, friends and relatives, if you're enjoying yourself tonight, let me hear you saying, oh, that's really pitiful. We're going to try that again after this. Hope. He says, let's roll. Medicine Rock here on the air. before we take a halt. Move on over to Battle Nation. And right after Battle Nation, Golden Age and Platinum Women and Men be standing by, as well as Tiny Tots, Juniors and Teens. As we're going to go into you, and we'll pick up with the final 5 intertribals later on after that. So, Yeah, I believe we're ready to rock and roll over there. Battle Nation, when you're ready. The microphones are on, and it's Saturday night. Thank you for that, and clear the arena dancers. Appreciate each and every one of you, and we appreciate all you drums. I'm going to turn this on over here so you see about Chili Well Sneaky. All right, we're putting the call out here. We age and platinum age women categories. And then, all at once, huh? Okay, so we need all of our golden age, all of our platinum age categories. You are going to make your way into the dance arena. Golden age men, golden age women, platinum age men, platinum age women. We're doing you as one large group. Tiny Tots, be on standby. Tiny Tots, be on standby. Adrian Klein, we need to see you up here, brother. Amber Oma. Omapi is young. We've been touring them. All right, Mark says we are good to go. Summer Cloud Golden Age Platinum Age Exhibition.
You know, we also call this the Great Power Group. They all qualify for Great Power Insurance. Yeah. What? Yeah, Dale says this is the napping age. Yeah. All right, we're going to put that call out to our next group. We need our tiny tots. All of our tiny tots, 5 years of age and younger. We are going to be going with Mountain Town. Gentlemen from Central Michigan, middle of the Mid, Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Yeah. You know, they call it Mount Pleasant and they're calling it Mountain Town. It's called mountains. Yeah. The irony. What do they call that in English? An oxymoron, huh? Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we need all of our tiny tots. All of our tiny tots, 5 years of age and younger. Ready to get your day monies, your Zoya, your Mazda. You know what my brother right here says? He says, don't let uncle or auntie tell you they're going to make you more money at casino. You hold on to that, that is for you. Yeah. All of our tiny tots, come on out, come on out. You know, Marquette, this is our future. These are our future chiefs, our future tribal chairmen. These are our future doctors, lawyers, traditional medicine people, carriers of ceremony, and the ones who will carry our language into the future. You know, amongst our elders, you know that goes to Keweenaw, 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 Gil, Keweenaw, Wanika, Yajic. We need to remember our Anishinaabe, our indigenous people, who will be here in the future. Brother Mark says we are good to go. Mountain Town, throw it down, gentlemen. Good job. You know, our kids will be kids who want them to have our Pow celebrations, but you know, we want to leave this venue in better shape than which we inherited this. So, you know, just in a kind way, in a gentle way, if you can keep an eye on your kids, because anything that happens in the bathrooms, we do get charged for that. So we want to make sure we're being good stewards here of our facility rental. So save that in a good way. And the condiment also, you can pick up your water bottles, garbage, you know, these garbage cans. We're always taught we're stewards of the earth, so let's be stewards in this hockey arena as well. Yeah. All right, we're going to keep things rolling here. We need our junior and teen girls categories. All junior and teen girls categories. We're going to be rolling on over the sharpshooter. All right, Brother Mark says we are good to go. Sharpshooter exhibition time. Junior girls, teen girls categories. doing awesome work. We say congrats to you brothers for being here, bringing your gift of song. All right, so we are through our exhibitions. We're going to be turning it on over to the Klein family. We need Walker Stonefish. Walker, what do you got, brother? Men's traditional, 18 years and older. Whether you are dancing Northern traditional, and the family says they are also going to honor the woodland category, so if you are dancing woodland, you can also get in this special. So, going to turn the microphone over to the Klein family, and we are going to have a men's traditional special, a hausa.
If we could have all 18-year-old men traditional woodland, and we can make a circle, please, while we're getting prepared for this special. They got all men traditional woodland, southern. If you're going to be in this traditional special, we can make a circle, please. All men tradition, 18 and up, please make a circle. If we could have all the Klein family members and friends, extended families, come stand in front of the speaker stand, please. We're going to start this special with an honor song. Up if you can come make a circle. All Klein family members and extended family, you come up to the symbol here, please. Young ones, attention please. In this way of life here, sometimes we come to a point where we have to pay attention. And I'm not trying to, I'm coming a humble way. But if we could have your attention, because this way of life here comes to us from a warrior society. And this man we're honoring this evening is true to that warrior. My name is Walker Stonefish. I come from Waffle Island First Nations, and I was a machine gunner with 3rd Battalion 8th Marines. As a young man, I deployed 3 times to the Middle East. So that's how I earned the right to speak in this circle here. As a young man, I come from Waffle Island in Ontario when I was in my adolescent years. I was in the Metro Detroit area. And this man, Jim Klein Sr., was one of those men, a Marine, who helped take care of this circle when I was a little boy. And over 50 years ago, when I was in Tommy Tots, he helped me as a young man. As a young, rough hoodlum, I looked up to those men, those Marines, in this way of life. The way they conducted themselves, the way they cared themselves and took care of their families. They were men. They went to work every day